Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a glitch video to show you in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. This particular glitch takes place in episode 4, which is the England level, and the requirements are is that you haven't completed Juggling Act, or rather the only requirement is you've completed the very first mission of the game of that episode, which is Shopping Spree, but you haven't done anything else. And I mean that almost literally because this glitch is very sequential and it can get a little weird sometimes. So first and foremost, you can't actually do this glitch just by replaying the job from the safe house or anything like that. You actually have to be in... You actually have to have not completed the job through progression. So right now you can see I haven't completed the job, so I will go and get out of the safe house and we can enjoy this wonderful loading screen together. But essentially what this glitch entails is you shoot the arrow using the archer costume, and that allows you to get into a circus tent. And normally that circus tent transitions to the next part of the Juggling Act job, which is you traversing through the obstacles to save Galleth. But when you reach the circus tent before the game is sort of ready to transition, you actually enter an empty circus tent that's within the world. It's not as exciting as it sounds, truth be told. It's just literally, you're literally just inside that circus tent, and you can see the outside world, but everything on the inside it's empty, pretty much. So it's not like a terribly satisfying glitch, but it is a glitch nonetheless. So first thing I'm going to show is my gadget grid here. And you'll notice that I don't have the archer costume right now. And the reason why I don't have that is because when you start with Juggling Act, that's when you get the archer costume. And now at that point you might be wondering, well, hold on, don't I have to actually play through Juggling Act sequentially? How do I do that if I don't have the archer costume? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So we'll actually start the job here. And I'll skip the cutscene here just because I can. Yes, I do want to skip. And so there'll be this exposition here. I do want to see if this will work really quick. Maybe this will be faster. But we'll see. The reason why I'm returning to Hideout is this is how you'll normally execute the glitch. When you'll start Juggling Act, but then you'll return to Hideout somewhere in the middle of that job, and then you'll have the archer costume unlocked before you even start Juggling Act, which is very convenient, and it's exactly how you what you'll need to set up this glitch. So I'm going to see if exiting to Hideout at that particular point in the job still unlocked it for me, or if I have to go a little further into the job. So I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and yeah, no, the archer costume did not get unlocked, unfortunately. So we're gonna play through the job again. I don't have an exact point at where you can quit the job and end up with the archer costume, but we will find out. So I'll probably fast forward through this a little bit just so we can get past some of the slog.
Alright, now grab one of the arrows from that basket. Try standing next to it and pressing the circle button. Sly, that bow will fire an arrow with an attached rope. Use it to create a pathway here. Try to hit that target across the gap.
Okay, and we're back, and as you can see with my gadget grid, I do have the archer costume unlocked, and it is perfectly usable. So the way I actually got around to doing this was essentially you want to play through Juggling Act up until the part where you finally get access to the archer costume, which is when you reach that tower right there. So once you reach that tower and change into the archer costume, you can actually just return to Hideout, and once you exit the Hideout, you'll have access to the archer costume. And so now we can proceed with the rest of this glitch. So we don't want to start Juggling Act. Instead, what we want to do is we want to go to that platform that Bentley tells us to go to introduce us to the costume. Because essentially what we'll do when we're there is we'll use those bucket of arrows and we'll shoot an arrow to the target. So we'll get up here, use that arrow, and voila, we're here. So now we can walk along the wire and do whatever we want to do, and everything else is still here. And if you'll recall, that's the circus tent that we enter in the Juggling Act job. It becomes open when the job gets triggered, but in the open world like we are right now, it's closed. It's closed off, we can't do anything there. So, the trick is, now that we've launched this rope specifically, when we launch the Juggling Act job, this rope will still be here, so we can climb along it faster than Bentley's prompts would want us to, and so we can actually access the inside of that tent before it ends up going into the next part of the job. So that's exactly what we'll do right now. So we'll go here and we'll activate the job. Now, one thing I do want to do, or I'll pause here. One thing I want to emphasize is don't skip this cinematic. You do not want to skip this. You'll want to let this conversation play out because the moment you skip this cinematic, it'll allow the world to reload per the mission's prompts. And so that rope we just shot will no longer be there, and so we'll have to play through the mission normally, and so we won't be able to access the glitch. So I'll just let this Binocucom cutscene play out, and I'll regroup with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, now the rope is already there, it's already launched and whatnot, so we'll just walk along it as normally, while ignoring Bentley's commentary. So we'll just jump here. And yeah, so it's telling us to switch into our costume. In some cases, the game actually will switch the costume automatically, even though it's prompting me to do it right now. Sometimes it'll switch into it automatically, which is a little interesting. It does show how timing plays a role in this mission. But I'll actually just slide down. And I'm actually at the bottom of the pool right now, so I can climb back up, and yeah, I'll just bottom out to essentially sort of like the bottom of this pool. But to get further down, I can just actually, we can first get back up to that position. So we'll get back up here, and then I'll just jump down. I won't even slide down, and there's the glitch. So we are now in the circus tent, which is, as I mentioned before, it's fairly underwhelming. It's not as exciting as it sounds, but it's a glitch nonetheless. We're in the circus tent, and we can view the outside world. And this is what happens when we don't follow the game's instructions as it wants us to. So these are all invisible walls here. I can't actually get out, and because that pole is way up there now, it's actually a little difficult. Well, a little difficult is an understatement. It's pretty impossible to actually get back up here. The only way to get out of this tent really is to either restart your checkpoint or to return to Hideout. But yeah, so if I switch to the costume like Bentley says, Bentley will continue with his spiel, and yeah, so the job objective is still there, and it's essentially expecting me to launch the arrow. Interestingly enough though, my cane's attacks do still work here, but I can't make contact with that guard, and nor can the guard actually see me. So pretty cool nonetheless. So that's the glitch. Remember that unfortunately I don't think this works if you try to reload this game from the safe house. You actually have to do it while you're playing through the game sequentially. So anyways guys, that's the glitch for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.